Hello and welcome to Thoughts from a Tree. This week I'm going to take a little break from all the more mind stuff, although it's all mind stuff, isn't it? Everything's mind stuff. That's the whole point of this holistic connectiveness and things. So basically skill transfer, or the transferability of different skills or capabilities that we can develop. I don't even know if you saw me running in there. It might be wasted, I might have cut that out, it might be useless. Just a first check up, just like the view. Yes. So back in a tree. Love being in a tree. I'm not far off the ground, it's a very comfy tree, this tree. But basically I was thinking in my head and about things that we've got coming up, especially with the Wildman gatherings, and it just got me thinking, like, you know, you learn skills throughout life, you're developing skills. So you generally, currently go to school, we learn to write and read and speak properly. I didn't learn that bit, and develop these skills, which are useful. Language is very useful. And then I was just thinking, we develop on things like skills like, you know, lighting a fire, very useful, brilliant skill, cooking, all these life skills. Movement has somehow lost its way a bit, and we have fitness, but we don't have skill transfer, like, without being insulting, which I'm sure some people might take this as insulting. A bicep curl isn't very good skill transfer. You know, look, I just climbed a tree, just ran in, very good skill transfer. I can transfer that through to a lot of different things. It involves jumping, it involves a gait pattern, it involves very much strength building, about getting up and over things. Transfers across to the mental side of it as well, about being able to transfer that skill and being able to overcome obstacles and get over obstacles, and kind of work with alongside your natural fears, and basically build the skill development of what is a rational thing to do, what is that little bit more risky, is it a good time to take it, is it too slippy. All these things are very much skill transfer. So the reason I really got thinking on this, I've just gone to a beautiful site, but to get to this beautiful site you have to kind of get down a steepish hill, and I was thinking, you need to have developed skill to be able to do that. You need to have some sort of ability to climb and scramble, and things like running will have also helped, jumping will have also helped build up those strengths, and being able to kind of work with those skills and those risks as well, and assessing that as you go, and being able to manipulate the environment and your body as you work through this. So with that skill transfer, so I was thinking there needs to be more of an essence of this, rather than that fitness mentality, a mentality of developing strength and skill that is transferable to different environments. Hello, so different environments. So as you can see, I have now changed my place. I'm no longer in a tree, currently on a windy rock, climbing, messing around, but that skill set was transferable. We start on those transferable skill sets. Well, we need to work in environments. There we go. We need to work in those different environments and connect with those different environments. So skill sets get heightened when you're out in nature. You've got actual serious consequences that might be around you, but you can manage those consequences, especially when you're with other people and you're doing things to your levels and you're being coached through things and learning those skill sets. So this is where this natural movement, this human movement, all becomes very apparent, very useful, and your body becomes the shape of a body that is useful and can do those movements and be able to do different things. Now, whilst you're doing that, it's physical activity. You're also going to lose weight. You're going to start to look, but better than that, you are going to feel much, much better, and you are going to start to connect with your landscape, your mind and body, and other people doing similar things. How now do we do this? Start, it may be a fitness related environment, like a class-based environment indoors. So we can start to learn skills like holding your own balance on your hands, so holding positions and following through in a locomotive style. So we can keep it simple, flat, flowy, and we just start to learn those basic movements. Now this can then take it to being more transferable to the outside. So when we come to being outside, we know how to hold weight. Now it changes outside because floors aren't flat outside, and things move and things are changing. There's different conditions there, but at least we know how to hold a base. Now inside, you can move around a bit, so you can challenge those positions. You can do things that are a little bit more repeatable to build up some strength without the risk. And it's safe. The environment is safe. You trust your environment. You can get confident with these positions, okay? Now, everyone's at a different level. So it might be that you learn how to build up holding yourself on your hands and knees, how to use your hands and your fingers, okay? Maybe how to start going through some locomotion drills and learning those gait patterns that are needed for outdoors. We might start crawling around backwards and forwards in this indoor scenario, which can be transferred to climbing, because as you crawl, you do a similar effect to climbing, because I'm now going to be pushing but also pulling myself forward. So I'm looking at these transferable movements, and again, because I'm using movements that we need and have evolved to use from being outdoors, but I'm just bringing them indoors to use into a more fitness-based scenario like a class where we can flow through some moves and couple up into what is more of a natural way of moving, albeit inside, it's more transferable to being outside, and it's keeping it natural. So it might be that I'm starting stood up and I can go through a floor that is relatable to outside. So it might be a natural movement like a squat. Now it might be that I'm naturally moving, I'm moving through my feet, I'm crawling out. I could take that to one of those crawl steps and start to learn those movements. I could learn how to transition my body weight and get into different positions. So if I was on a rock and I was crawling like this and I suddenly wanted to go downhill, down the rock, I might want to get into this position so that I could crawl down the rock. And you see how that is transferable. And we can start to learn these things so that when we do go outside and we start to learn the skills outside, we've already got a base inside. Now that being said, it doesn't mean you can't go straight outside and learn all these skills outside straight away. This is just a way that for the people that don't want to do that straight away, we can learn it in a class-based environment where we are learning the skills whilst getting fit, rather than just getting fit for the sake of getting fit. It's useful to you as a human being to take into your everyday life. There's so much more things we can look at, lifting, throwing, catching, but for today and for this Thoughts from a Tree, it's just seeing how that skill from being on a tree and running and jumping and getting up and climbing on that tree can be transferred into different environments, but we can also work on that if we're focusing on natural movements inside. And it's all about learning those skill bases that are relevant to our human species and our human body, how it evolved to move, so that we can still move it in that way. This has been Thoughts from a Tree, currently indoors, and this has been the first Thoughts from a Tree that's included indoors. But I hope you enjoyed it, hope you've learned a bit, and hopefully it's inspired you to go out and maybe adventure into some of those places, or start a more natural based movement practice indoors, so we're ready to take it outdoors, maybe when the weather gets a bit nice. This has been Thoughts from a Tree. I'm Matt. I've enjoyed this one, it's been fun.